Now, the pressures on construction and other costs don't just apply in the housing market. Our manufacturing and resources sectors are under cost pressure, with recent losses to those sectors, including Qenos and the Kwinana alumina refinery. It's too expensive and too slow to build and operate things in Australia. The consequence is that Labor's Made in Australia policy is throwing taxpayers' money after Labor's bad policies. The Coalition wants our resources and manufacturing sectors to thrive. These are sectors I worked in throughout my career before politics, and I know their future potential is even greater than their past achievements. But getting back on track and back to basics means making Australia a great place to invest in resources and manufacturing again. Labor's handouts mean little compared to the onslaught of red tape, taxes and regulatory uncertainty Labor has imposed on these industries, limiting access to capital through changes to the sophisticated investor test, increasing costs through the safeguard mechanism, forcing up compliance costs and uncertainty through bad workplace laws, introducing ad hoc and retrospective changes to tax laws and rules, adding $2.3 billion a year in red tape for companies to update their emissions reports, including for their customers, making gas market interventions that have made it impossible for manufacturers to renegotiate natural gas contracts, and funding environmental litigation and lawfare, which is turning the flood of major project approvals to a trickle. As the BCA, MCA and ACCI have pointed out, it is death by 1,000 cuts. Death by 1,000 cuts. Manufacturers I speak to regularly need a better business environment today, not in the future. As Industry Minister, I was proud that when we left government, there were more manufacturing businesses, more manufacturing exports, and manufacturing was a larger share of the economy than when we came to office in 2013. More investment means getting the economic fundamentals right across energy, regulation, approvals and tax. The Coalition will make Australia a better place to invest by increasing domestic natural gas production to ensure cheaper, reliable and cleaner energy, streamlining regulatory approvals and restoring the National Gas Infrastructure Plan, which Labor dropped and has refused to reinstate. And that's a plan that will fill the gap in gas supply caused by collapsing Bass Strait production. Focusing on cutting unnecessary red and green tape, particularly around approvals. This includes reducing overlap between state and federal environmental laws and unwinding the worst of Labor's inflexible workplace laws, as I outlined a little earlier. It also means securing long-term, cheap, clean power by opening the door to nuclear energy. Robert Menzies recognised the need for the Snowy Hydro scheme if Australia was to be competitive in the post-war industrial environment. Today, we need more energy, not less. If we are to secure the future capability of our manufacturing sector, that is absolutely essential. Data, AI and robotics also all require reliable baseload energy. Yet under Labor's plan, 90% of our baseload energy will leave the grid by 2035 without equivalent capacity to replace it. With 1/3 of the world's uranium, Australia has comparative advantages in nuclear that should be seen as an opportunity, not a threat. Similarly, we should take advantage of the surge in demand for critical minerals from our allies by getting those fundamentals right. The Quad, Five Eyes, AUKUS all offer opportunities for Australia's resource industry to be a critical enabler of supply chain sovereignty for our allies. We'll explore reforms that capitalise on trade agreements and further streamline our foreign investment rules with our most trusted allies to support our resources and manufacturing industries.